Hi, finalists. I thought it was appropriate since the reason I haven't been able to be there with you in person to give you this great news is because it's been so cold we haven't had school. So I'm delivering your Geo Bee prep information to you well dressed for the weather. So, first of all, good luck today. Congratulations. We are proud of all of you. This is an amazing thing you've done, making it to the finals. You're awesome. I wanted to tell you a couple things to help you get ready for the competition later this morning. First of all, for seating, I know some of you were a little concerned about being on the stage. Don't worry, you're not going to be on the stage. In the cafeteria, Mr. Nick's going to set up a couple of long tables with 10 chairs for you guys. And you'll be facing the audience. Don't worry, the audience is just the 4th grade and the 5th grade, so your peers, as well as your families if they were able to make it. Your judges for the competition are Mr. Brazier, just like in the preliminary round, and Mr. Adams, and they're very excited to do this for you today. The supplies you'll have in front of you, you'll each have your own little mini whiteboard and a marker. And let's talk about what order you're going to go into. The Geo Bee tells me that I have to do a random drawing. So I put your 10 names in a hat and drew them out. And Evie is going to be going first for each round. Marcus Paul will be second. JT Shaw will be third. Jackson Gross will be fourth. Braden Reeksey will be fifth. Mason Petrello sixth. Owen Husband seventh. Katie Miller eighth. Smith Wasilk ninth. And James Trussell will be 10th. So that'll be the order that you sit into, and Mr. Brazier and Mr. Adams will get you guys all set up when it's time. So what you're going to be doing is Mr. Brazier will start by reading you all the rules. There's going to be a final round until there are 2 of you left, and then you'll face off in the championship round. So he'll start by telling you pretty much everything I'm going to tell you now, but to give you a heads up, when all 10 of you are in the final round, you are eliminated after 2 wrong answers. So Mr. Adams and Mr. Brazier will keep track of that, but after 2 wrong answers, you will be leaving the competition. For each of the questions, you'll have 15 seconds to answer. You can ask 2 times. So through the whole final competition, you can ask 2 times to have either a question repeated or for a word to be spelled. And Mr. Brazier and Mr. Adams will be keeping track of that. And then it's going to be a lot like the preliminary round. It's going to alternate between you getting your own question and answering out loud orally, and then you all getting the same question and writing your response on a whiteboard. So the first round is oral answers. You'll each get your own question to answer out loud. The only tricky thing with the finals, guys, is there's no choice of answers like there were in the preliminary. So you'll do great, don't worry, but you do have to kind of answer off of your own brain for that. And then after all of you answer your own question for the first round, the second round is going to be what's called a common question, where Mr. Brazier will ask you all the same thing. You'll all have 15 seconds at the same time to record your responses on a whiteboard, not wearing mittens. And then you'll show your whiteboards and they'll tally scores. And it just goes back and forth. You'll go back to having oral questions of your own, common question. And that keeps going until 2 of you are left remaining. In some years that happens very quickly, other years it goes several rounds, so it just depends on how things go. One of the common questions in the final round, if you get that far, requires you guys to use a map. And at that time, if you get there, Mr. Brazier will pass the map out to you. You'll all have your own copy, and you'll be answering the same question all based on that map. So once the finals are over and there are 2 of you left standing, they will acknowledge 3rd place winner, and then they'll have a face-off between the first 2. You start with a clean slate. So it's not like you have to worry about any incorrect responses from before. Correct, it's a clean slate. And then it is 3 questions. They're all common. So Mr. Brazier will give you a question. You're going to get the same one. The 2 of you will get the same one. You'll have 15 seconds to write your response on a whiteboard. You'll check for scores. You'll do that again, and you'll do that again. The one of the 2 remaining finalists who gets the best of all 3 is going to be our CE winner. And if there needs to be a tiebreaker, Mr. Brazier will explain that then. The winner is kind of crowned our CE champion, and then we'll be taking that online qualifying test in the afternoon with Mr. Adams, like we discussed before. So that pretty much sums it up. Mr. Brazier and Mr. Adams will answer any other questions you have during the competition. Good luck. You're going to do great. We're proud of you.